Alright, let's see. Get this focused. Alright, hey everyone. I'm bringing you a new project today that I'm helping out with. It's called World War C. It's a World War II trading card game that uses actual black and white photos, and all the game mechanics and card types are tied to real world events. How it works is you're going to be playing with a world leader of whatever faction you choose. Right now all we've got done is the German faction, and you can see his health in the lower right hand corner here. How you play is you either progress their timeline by playing timeline cards until you reach the end of their involvement in the war, or you reduce the health to 0. So it's a combat or a control and stall game, however you want to play it. As you can see, you've got a little rank insignia here in the bottom that shows he is a level 1 leader, and you want to try and level them up from level 1 to level 3 by playing their timeline cards, because not only does it get you closer to the end of the game, but it also makes them more powerful and lets you play different cards, because you can only play cards that match the level of your hero, or I mean your chosen leader in this case. Show you some of the timeline cards. They're actual events that took place with that given leader, like Mein Kampf being published. You can see it's Act 1, Scene 1, if this focuses. There we go. Gives you a little bit of information about what actually happened. There are 3 scenes in each act. Let's see, there's Scene 3, there's Scene 2. You can see it's using actual black and white photos of the historical events. But yeah, you play all of the cards in Act 1, and it will level up your leader to level 2, give him a different ability, and let you play all the Tier 2 cards. And then you go through and you play all the cards in Act 2. 3 scenes in that again, so 3 cards. Levels you up again, gives you a ridiculous ability, and gives you access to the strongest cards in the game for that faction. Let's see, let's show you some of these shots on these timeline cards. See, there's the London Blitz, the dates for it, there's some information on it. Invasion of Poland, of course Hitler's death would be the end of his timeline. Act 3, Scene 3, that's the end of his involvement in World War II. So you get that card played and you win. Now I'll show you some of the other different card types that are in the game. Up here we've got your cabinet cards, your weapon cards, and your propaganda cards. Oh yeah, and up here is going to be your terrain cards. So cabinet cards are different people that were involved with your chosen leader. In this game you can only play cards that have the same leader symbol, the same country symbol essentially, as your chosen leader. So there's going to be different versions of different cards, like if you were the Italian leader, and you might still see some of the German stuff, but it'd be a different version. So over here, like we've got this cabinet member, there's Mussolini, there's, don't know the name, can't say most of these German names because they're actual real things. Let's see, there's the Japanese leader. Yeah, but they're cabinet cards while you're playing as the German leader. And over here on the side you can see what level the cards are and the label showing it's a cabinet. So that would be a Tier 1 card there, Tier 1, there's a Tier 2, and a Tier 3. These function like your creature or your soldier cards in other games. You use them to attack the other person's leader, try and reduce their health to 0, and end the game fast. Alright, zoom out a little, refocus. Then we move over to weapon cards. These are going to be actual weapons that were used in the war by that country. Let's see, here's the Mauser 98, the Panzer, CM Morser. All of these except for your Tier 1s are just going to have an attack value that they give you. But your Tier 2s are actually going to have an attack and a defense value because they can sit on the field and be destroyed. So they function as like a halfway hybrid of an item that deals damage and an actual like soldier or creature that you could interact with. And they all have their different abilities based on what they are, and they interact differently with other cards. Over here we've got propaganda cards, stuff that was published during the war, specifically on the German side. These sit on the field. They've got an increment counter over here in the bottom right that shows you how many times you can use them. So you play this card on the field, and every time you use the given ability that it does, you lower the increment counter until it hits 0, and then it goes away. There's a few of those, and finally we have terrain cards. Now terrain cards are going to be probably the most common across all the factions that we make in this game, because the locations and areas that people fought were actually really similar. They just have different effects. When you play terrain cards, it usually does some sort of global effect for all of your cards in your playstyle in general, or both players' playstyles. And over here in the bottom right, you have how much damage the terrain card can take before it would go away. Otherwise it just sits there and continuously has some sort of overarching effect. I'll cycle through a few of these so you can see them. We had trenches, there's the Atlantic Ocean, Russian winters. Now, you can probably guess what happens with that in Germany. But yeah, these still have the same ranking system. Tier 3s, Tier 2s, Tier 1s, and you can only play a tier that is identical to the leader card that you have out. And those are all the card types, and here's an example of some of the American leader cards that we're working on. Get this to refocus here. There you go. You can see that a bit better now. We're using a little bit of a different ranking symbol. We're going with the ranking symbol for each country. So we're using like enlisted army symbols for these. These are going to be kind of cool. But yeah, we've mostly just been working on the German faction so far, and it's almost done. If you guys like this game and want to see more cards from it and see a video that shows you how to actually play it, and see when we come out with a more finalized version, because these are just prototypes. I mean, they're double-sided and they're pretty durable and thick, but they're the first printout. We'll show you guys a finalized project in a different video. Alright, so just go ahead and leave a comment down below and like the video if you want to see more content. Alright, see you guys later.